So remember that an organ is made up of multiple tissue types that work together to carry out some common function. So for skeletal muscles, the main tissue type is skeletal muscle tissue, which we just talked about. But there's several other tissue types as well. So there's blood vessels, connective tissue coverings, and nervous tissue. And those all work together to allow the skeletal muscle as an organ to contract, which is its function. Muscles attach to bone, and you see this guy, and that's what allows them to cause movement. Muscles cross joints to cause movement. So we're actually going to look at an image of this, and this should be familiar from what you've seen in the joint lab and what you will see in the muscle lab. We look at muscle anatomy. So this is tying together what we're learning in lecture with some of the, what we're going to be seeing in lab. Here we go, okay. So here, this is actually a diagram from a joint chapter. So looking at the muscle here would be, this is the arm, so the humerus and the ulna, and you've learned some of the anatomy of those already. And then we've got here the biceps brachialis that is going to cross this joint, and the tendon is attached down at the ulna. Even though you know your bicep, it's up in your upper arm, your brachial region. Your tricep is the muscle on the posterior side. It is actually crossing the joint as well at that tendon and attaching to the ulna as well. So when these muscles cross joints, that allows them so that when they contract, they cause movement. So could you imagine these fibers contracting and that causing the forearm to move up? When the tricep contracts, that causes it to move down. And this is because each muscle has two attachment points, and those we'll look at more in lab. So we will be looking all the way from this organ level down into the fascicles, to cells, to the fibers that make up those cells. So we'll start with those levels of organization.